What's up, guys? It's your boy, JMecca here, coming at you with another episode of our Pain Journal Master Series. This is a look back at our current season right now, if you're watching, or in the past. Yeah, this is our current season, Season 5. So, we're going to talk about Necropotence a little bit about the rotation. So, what happened in this rotation is that a couple of things got hyped up. One of them being Necropotence, second one being Dark Ritual. You put those together, and that's a deck, That was super hype. That was the first thing to come up. And the second part, we make a post of every rotation on Magic TCG, and this post was really well timed somehow. I guess it was like a slow Magic news day, and the timing of the post couldn't come at a better time because within posting it, we got at least over 100 new users in our Discord, and it was crazy. All these people were coming out of nowhere. So shout out to all you new people that when you showed up in that community at that time, thank you so much. You made our community so much more bigger and better. And what was the result of that is that the leagues got so huge. So when Season 5 dropped, people were just kind of scrambling to find the best deck. And Necropotence was on everyone's radar. In fact, the first Necropotence decks were more combo based. There was a combo with like Faith of Devoted and Scourge Familiar and Spellbook. That was a crazy combo. And then there were combos with Nim Deathmantle, Composite Golem, and just big drain life spells, things like that. But what eventually settled down was to this list from erburk. He was more of a league player, so the leagues were like really, really robust with everything. But you would see this guy over and over: 5-0 here, 4-1 here, 5-0, 5-0. He was all over the place. He would just do nothing but play leagues, and he shaped what would be the sort of necro mid-range style deck. Stuff way to fight everything, fight the combo decks, fight the aggro decks, and even fight the mirror. It was really nuts. So I give him credit for this list, just for his dominance in the leagues. He actually set the record for most league points in a month, mostly on the back of this list. So shout out to you, erburk. We're gonna take a look at your deck right here. Fast mana is the key here. Dark Ritual and Cabal Ritual. All just the backbone of this deck, especially with Lake of the Dead 2. You got a ton of swamps, so fast mana is always in the game here. Baron Moor, when you have too much lands, you just cycle that. Black has all these tools for little things. Distress, Gatekeepers for creatures, even Natuka Shade. This is so threatening. It just makes use of all those extra rituals that come your way. Necropotence, a key card, even on turn 1, is one of the hardest things to deal with Dark Ritual. This card deserved all the hype it got, and everyone at first was really, I think, awesome, hyped about playing it. Maybe they're a little annoyed by it now, but it's not as popular these days. But maybe it's because erburk is just beating us up so much in the league that we're just kind of sick of it. Nighthawks and Desecration Demons are kind of like the finishers, especially Desecration Demon on turn 2. Turn 2 Demon is very hard to deal with in certain decks. Persecute, another. Black had so many tools this season, just a way of like hosing monocolor decks, or even just like two color decks. You just get the right color, and because of Persecute, there was the mono black decks needed a response, and I think this is one of Big erburk's big contributions to this list. Is Precursor Golem. Precursor Golem was really huge. It was a really huge way of just kind of like dodging Persecutes. It can come out on early turn 1, As flimsy as this card is, if you don't deal with it, it's gonna kill you. That's just it, And it was a crazy card that erburk brought to the table there. So shout out to him. And a single Warhammer here, another way of kind of dodging Persecutes and sort of gaining life. You really need to gain some life with Necropotence, and Warhammer is a really good way of doing that, especially when you're making 3 guys with 1 card. Like I said, the sideboard's kind of geared towards like smaller creatures, Deadweight, Ultimate Price, Drown in Sorrow. Hero's Downfall takes care of other Precursor Golems. Another Persecute for the cards that would hose it. Another thing for the just gain more life, here and there. And Cremates just for random graveyard decks. There's Reanimator, the Living Lore, things like that. But yeah, I mean, erburk deserves, I think, all the credit because even from this list, there are other good Necropotence decks. Littlefield has a black-white approach to the Sun's Necro deck. Bigger T has his own sort of Necro Minion deck, but I think they're all very based off of erburk's lists from the leagues. he did such work on us in the leagues. So that can't be the word I want to use. That can't be ignored, you know. So Herbert, you deserve to be here. You deserve the slot here. So shout out to you. And our next episode, our next episode over Deck Techs, you'll get to see sort of another dominance from another deck in another way. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next episode.